1051. On behalf of Jared's family, I'd like to welcome all of you to the Court of Honor. Many scouts set out on the trail to Eagle, but few have the perseverance to follow it to the end. Jared is one of those few. And we are here tonight, or this afternoon, to honor this great achievement. At this point, I'd like to call upon Connor Johnson, the troop's chaplain's aide, to ask God's blessing upon the ceremony.
Please prepare yourself as your religion dictates. Dear God, creator of the mountains and the forest, it is good to be gathered here on the occasion of Jared receiving his Eagle Scout Award. We are thankful for the service he has given to his troop, community, and council. We are thankful for all those who made this day possible. Merit badge counselors, troop leaders, fellow scouts, and most importantly, his parents. For the trail to Eagle is often hard and lonely. We are thankful for his Eagle project. Most importantly, we are thankful for Jared's scouting career. May all that is holy hear our prayers. Amen.
I would now like to call upon Will Davenport, our troop's Assistant Senior Patrol Leader, to lead us in our opening ceremony.
Will everyone please stand? Color guard, advance the colors. Scout salute. For all others, place your hand over your heart. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Everyone please be seated. Mr. Johnson,
Thank you. Our Master of Ceremonies today is former Scoutmaster of Troop 1051, Mr. Eric Marlin.
Good afternoon. With the Honor Guard, please escort Life Scout Jared Donald Corbel to the stage. Properly start a ceremony until all of these ceremonial things are done. So with that, looking for Mr. Roger Ward is behind me. So please open this court of honor.
As unit commissioner, as a representative for the district, as a Great Lakes Field Service Council, and Michigan Crossroads Council, I declare this court of honor open.
Thank you, sir. Today, we have the honor and we have the pleasure of recognizing this candidate for the rank of Eagle Scout. His parents and leaders have labored long and faithfully to develop him to be alert and to participate in citizenship throughout the Scouting program. Their efforts culminate tonight in the presentation of this Eagle Scout rank and badge. The fruit of their labors will become evident in the way that this Eagle Scout touches the lives of others in the future. When a boy becomes a Scout, there should be instilled in him that which we call the spirit of Scouting. This lighted candle symbolizes that spirit. Because the spirit of Scouting embodies the principles of the Scout oath and law, it becomes a shining beacon of inspiration. Alone, this light may seem insignificant, but when multiplied by the millions of adults and youths in the Scouting program, it can become very powerful indeed. Scouts and Scouters promise to lead their lives according to the Scout law, applying each of the 12 points as circumstances demand. Each is an important cornerstone in building strong character. Will the Scouts please come forward for the ceremony? The Scout is
trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly,
Courteous. Kind. Obedient. Cheerful.
And finally, also, the 3 points of the Scout oath. We promise honor, to do our best to do our duty.
first to God and His country.
Second, to others by helping people at all times.
And third, to himself and keeping himself physically strong, mentally and emotionally.
You see how the light from the spirit of Scouting grows and becomes stronger. These are the basic ideals of Scouting. Thank you, gentlemen. The presentation of the Eagle rank is an important and serious matter. For the Eagle candidate, this rank is the climax of his Scouting career. The attainment of this award is possible only through the assistance of all of those within the Scouting, all of those with the candidate tonight, his Scoutmaster, troop leaders, fellow Scouts, parents, family, friends, and members of this community. This is an occasion for pride and joy, as well as for serious reflection. It's important that each of us understands the meaning of the Eagle badge. The rank of Eagle Scout is the highest recognition offered in Scouting, and those who wear the Eagle badge are the embodiment of Scouting's best efforts and beliefs. These young men have distinguished themselves throughout their continued performance of active Scouting and service. They trained and practiced their leadership abilities and marked by the character gained through an understanding of citizenship and religious beliefs. The Eagle rank is only attained by 4% of all young men in Scouting. It represents proficiency in life skills, in teamwork, and as a member and leader of a patrol and troop. It also represents years of hard work and persistence, and more importantly, is indicative of what lies in the future as a Scout grows into manhood. Jared, you are deserving of much credit in having achieved Scouting's highest award. Wear your award with humility, ever mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked upon as an example. May the Scout Oath and Scout Law continue to be your guides for the rest of your life. One of the requirements for the rank of Eagle Scout is to plan and lead an Eagle project. This leadership service project is not only to provide some service or benefit to the community, but also to demonstrate practical application of leadership skills that the candidate has developed in Scouting. For Jared's project, he decided to give back to the Allen Park Presbyterian Church. The project was the removal of some walls, but more importantly, the remodel of 2 rooms in the basement of this very building. These 2 rooms had substantial water damage and some mold in them due to neglect and flooding that occurred in the building a few years before. One of the rooms used for the storage area and the other was a shop room. Both were filled with things saved over time that nobody really wanted anymore. The original scope was only to do the shop room, but the church asked if we could change the scope later and also do the storage room. And like a good Scout, he agreed. That's one of the principal tenets of project management. Is the first contract is never the one that's executed. There's always change requests. This essentially doubled his project. So there are a few pieces here enumerated of all the things that went into your project. It's quite the list. Jared had to find funding for this project, and in doing that, he accomplished this through a can drive, bottle drive, and returns, seeking donations from Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, Menards. Anybody else? We have to say that? That's it. Oh, Mr. Mann, yeah. Securing private donations from various people also. So the enumerated list of the elements of the project were to remove a wall between the furnace room and the storage room, to clean up the existing walls using brushes, angle grinders, and really harsh mold removal chemicals. You in that suit, you look pretty good in the all, what was it, Tyvek suit? Yeah, those are good pictures. Removing rotted electrical conduit and outlets, to replace all of the conduits that were removed, patching the damaged walls with hydraulic cement, resurfacing the walls with dry lock, lots and lots, like the matrix. We're going to need lots of dry lock. Repaint the ductwork with Rust-Oleum, clean the floors of the shop, or clean the floors, and then over in the shop, remove the fascia wall and replace it with green board, tear out the old ceiling grid, again cleaning the walls, patching the walls, using dry lock, lots of dry lock. The room also had the same rotted electrical conduits, and so those were replaced. Installing a new drop ceiling and waterproof ceiling tiles. And one of those rooms is being used by the church's missions, and the second room is not purposed yet, or has that changed? Not purposed yet. So Jared led a team of 11 people, and it took 320 hours to complete this project. It's a significant accomplishment and should be recognized. Thank you for your service to the church. Would now like to call Eagle Scout, former Scoutmaster, and stepdad, Robert Morton, to administer the Eagle Scout charge. Please come.
Thanks, Eric. I like the face
my Eagles when I do this, and I'm gonna try not to cry here. So Jared, I have the honor to give you the Eagle Scout charge on the occasion of your elevation to the highest rank of scouting. The foremost responsibility of the Eagle Scout is to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. Eagle Scout knows that a Scout is trustworthy, is the very first point of the Scout law for good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably, not only because honor is important, but because it is vitally important to set an example for other Scouts and other people. Living honorably reflects credit on your home, your place of worship, your troop, and your community. May the white of the Eagle badge remind you to always live with honor. The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. This means be true to your family, Scout leaders, your friends, school, community, and nation. Loyalty to the troop and your fellow Scouts make you pitch in and carry your share of the load. All of those help to build loyalty. That means devotion to community, to country, and to one's own ideals, and to God. Let the blue of the Eagle badge always inspire your loyalty. The third obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage has always been a quality by which people measure themselves and others. To a Scout, bravery means not only the courage to face danger, but also the determination to stand up for what is right. Trusting in God with faith in your fellow citizens, you can look forward to each day, seeking your share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you always of courage. The fourth obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be cheerful. See a smile. To remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile, the red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the second class Scout rank, which has its ends turned up in a smile. Another critical responsibility for an Eagle Scout is service. Eagle Scouts extend a helping hand to those who still toil up Scouting's trail. Just as others have helped them in their climb, the performance of the daily good turn takes on new meaning when Eagle Scout enters an adult life continuing service to others. Eagle Scout stands as the protectors of the weak and helpless, aiding and comforting the unfortunate and oppressed. That sounds like a superhero. They uphold the rights of others while defending their own. As an Eagle Scout, you will always be prepared to put forth your best. You deserve much credit for having achieved Scouting's highest rank, but wear your award with humility, ever mindful that Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example. May the Scout oath and law be your guides for tomorrow and in the future. We welcome you into the Brotherhood of Eagle Scouts and congratulate you, your family, and your leaders. Oh, the floor is yours. I'm gonna go back now.
Honor Guard. Will the Honor Guard please escort our candidates' parents to the stage? recognition of the many hours of guidance given to you by your mother, please present her and pin on her mother pin. And same in recognition of your fathers. In recognition of their wisdom and guidance, please present them with their father pin. Thank you.
Jared, this time I'd like to present you with the certificate of commemoration for an Eagle. It reads, the Boy Scouts of America is proud to award the rank of Eagle Scout to Jared Robert Valmont Corwell, Troop 1051, Allen Park, Michigan. Okay. In recognition of successful completion of all requirements for Scouting's highest rank, January 22nd, 2019. This date will always be your Eagle Day. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present Troop 1051 126 Eagle. Jared, because you have earned 15 merit badges more than the required 21 that are required to get your Eagle, I would like to present you with 3 Eagle palms. Your bronze, your silver, or gold, and your bronze. Now I would like to call Troop 1051 Eagle Scout Chris Shum to lead in the Eagle Pledge.
Okay, Jared. Will all Eagle Scouts here today please come to the stage and join as I lead Jared in the Eagle Scout promise?
The guy in front of me goes 2 at a time.
Alright, Scout sign. Repeat after me. I state your name.
State your name. First time I've actually been able to say that. I'm usually the other person.
Reaffirm my allegiance
Reaffirm my allegiance
to the 3 promises of the Scout Oath.
to the 3 promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize
I thoughtfully recognize
and take upon myself
and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and responsibilities
of an Eagle Scout.
of the Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training an example
to make my training an example
and my status and my influence
and my
my sacred honor.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
Thank you, Chris. So at this time, we have a few people who'd like to make some presentations. First among them is our Scoutmaster, Andy Johnson. Andy.
Jared, it's my pleasure to present you with a number of letters and commendations. Expect me to read a lot, so bear with me. The first one is a certificate of special congressional recognition presented to Jared Belmore Corbel in recognition of achieving the highest rank attainable in the Boy Scouts of America program, the rank of Eagle Scout, dated April 7, 2019, by Deborah Bingle. The second is from the National Rifle Association of America, recognizes Jarrett Belmore Corbel as an outstanding young American for having earned the Eagle Scout Award in the Boy Scouts of America. Now, this one's a long one, so bear with me. Certificate of Achievement. This is to congratulate Jarrett Robert Belmore Corbel for the completion of all necessary requirements to attain the rank of Eagle Scout as established by the Boy Scouts of America. Achieving Scouting's highest honor is a testimony to the dedication, commitment, and most importantly, your leadership. As an Eagle Scout, you join a distinguished group that includes presidents, chief executive officers, academics, and military commanders. The ideas of Scouting are rooted in the set of standards all Air Force members hold dear. We call them our core values: integrity, first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. You are a role model for others and reflect the characteristics of a true patriot. In honor of this great accomplishment, the United States Air Force salutes you. The United States Military Academy, West Point, New York, and the Corps Cadets extend congratulations to Jarrett Belmore Corbel on attaining Boy Scouts' highest honor, the rank of Eagle Scout. I hope you will continue to achieve to the ideas of Scouting, which are similar to the West Point motto: duty, honor, and country. Many great Americans have preceded you as Eagle Scouts, and you can feel justly proud to be joining their ranks. I am confident the achievement you exhibited in earning this award will ensure success for you throughout your life. Signed by Robert L. Caslin, Jr., Lieutenant General, U.S. Army Superintendent. There are also several other letters and certificates from our governors, Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Senator Debbie Stabenow, NASA, the National Park Service, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the Blue Angels, United States Air Force Academy, and Pedro the Voice Life Burrow. Jared, by virtue of earning the Eagle Award, you are now eligible to become a member of the National Eagle Scout Association. At this time, we open up the floor to share stories about Jared. This is the favorite part. I'd like to go first. There are many very embarrassing moments I can share. But I'm going to be nice. I'm going to talk about his Eagle Project. Like every Eagle project, we have scope creep. And what scope creep is you have the original project that's signed upon, which was to do the 2 rooms, clean them up. up, no big deal, right? But then Scope Creek comes in, and every scout, they hate Scope Creek, because all they can think about is, it's going to take me longer and more work. The first one was, it was supposed to be, we just cleaned the walls in the one room. And we noticed there was a lot of mold inside the wall. And we're not talking just a little bit mold at the bottom, we're talking all the way up to about here. So we decided we had to take that wall down. And when something needs to be taken down, they always call upon me because I like to destroy things. And there was a doorway, the one part that came down really easy, then the other part, they handed me a hammer and said, take your aggression out. And Jared decided he'd like to film that. So here I am, on the videotape, you see me hitting it with a hammer, the wall come flying out, and the phone going down on the ground. The other part of Scope Creek was in the other room. There was a wall that was like on top of another wall. And, we were like, just going to have to clean it up, sand it up, no big deal. But one of our other leaders, Mr. Valancourt, decided, why clean it? Why not just take it down? We're like, it's not that hard, just clean it up. He didn't like that idea, so he walks out. A couple minutes later, as Jared and I are standing there, walks into the hammer and just starts beating holes in the wall. You should have seen Jared's face. It just dropped. He's like, more work.
By the way, Mr. Valancourt's river name is now Scope Creek.
Jared, it has been a pleasure being your scoutmaster, seeing you grow, seeing you expand. Not just here. When I first met Jared, he was very quiet, did not, was attended, but did not want to step forward. By the end, he was our senior patrol leader, taking charge of the troop. He was doing musicals, which I really enjoyed seeing you do the splits and Footloose. And really coming forth like an eagle should. And I just want to congratulate you and thank you on your day. It is now my honor to open the floor to any and everyone who'd like to share a story. Please come forward, don't be shy.
And the floodgates open.
Jared what he said he was going to teach me when I was born. First it was
had this U of M hat on, had like fake hair on the top. So he's just roaming around the woods trying to find a bathroom, just freaking out in peril. And so we finally found like an outhouse, and he went in there, and after like a minute we were like, oh crap, you didn't have toilet paper in the bathroom. And so this guy Johnny, his mom's right there, he had like tissues in his pocket or something like that. He had from like the previous camp out. So he just threw the tissues in there, so Jared used tissues. Well, when he came out, since he was wearing this goofy Michigan hat with fake hair, Mr. Johnson, who went to state, was like, you could have just used your hat. So. But yeah, seriously, Jared's one of our best friends I've had in scouting, so congratulations.
Fortunate enough to meet Jared 6 years ago, 36 months ago. And the very first time he came to meet my mom, who went up north in the cold, we're walking around Huckleberry Railroad, middle of winter, bright red nose. Take the bus to the break, freezing our butt off. We're walking forward, and I'm like, where's Jared? This is when I knew this was a good kid. He was standing next to my mom, making sure that she didn't slip in the snow. So second summer camp, I believe it was, one of the easiest, supposedly, the easiest merit badges to get, and one everybody takes because it's so easy to get, is basket weaving. How long did it take you to get basket weaving? 3 years. So the very first summer camp we were, Kim Ammon, who's not here tonight, but today, was our merit badge counselor for a very long time. This was the first summer camp, that second year, that she didn't come and be our merit badge counselor. Miss Ammon was known to be the, I don't like what the kids called her, so just she was on top of them, making sure they got the merit badges. Please, that's a great word. So I, on the other hand, being the merit badge police, but I was very lax in it. If you want your merit badge, you want your merit badge. If you don't, I mean, you'll put the work into it if you want it. So we were relentlessly teasing Jared that year about basket weaving. He was doing fine and everything else, basket weaving, he just wasn't caring about or whatever. So we told Jared, we called Miss Ammon, and she was coming up to summer camp to kick him in the butt to get basket weaving. So another parent came up, it was Parents' Day Friday, the very last day, and the kids were down at the waterfront. They were walking back, and me and the other mom was walking to the car. We were going to get something from the store. Jared, from across the parking lot, Jared's eyes got like this big. He thought Miss Ammon had come up to summer camp, walking across, and not being too close. By the time he got to us, he was just so relieved, like, I really thought you had actually had Miss Ammon come up here to kick my butt about basket weaving. So that was a pretty funny to me story. And so then I became a basket weaving counselor to make sure that he was able to complete that 3 years later.
difficult road.
It only had to hold something, that was all we were after.
Anyone else would like to come up? Come on up. It's your turn on Price is Right. Come on down.
So Jared and I go way, way back, all the way back to a tiny little portable outside at Rogers Elementary in first grade, his first grade teacher. And I wanted to give you some perspective on just how far this young man has come, because he spent easily the first card marking not speaking to me. I would get, and I really got the impression that Jared was trying really, really hard to just be the invisible student. If I don't speak, she won't notice me. If I can just blend in and be small, I can't be seen. And one of the things that has been an absolute vein through his personality, from all the way back, even from kindergarten, is that he has always completely rocked the life skill of caring. You couldn't ask for somebody else better. He's shown you all before, but I mean from way back, holding doors and helping other students, and hoping that I wouldn't notice that he was doing those things, and to see how far he's become. Every time I'd see someone post something about being in a play, I'm going, isn't it Jared? Are we sure this is Jared? And you're kind of looking and making sure. I am in awe of the young man I've become. And I'm so proud to say I knew you wouldn't.
More speakers?
Thank you to everybody who came out today to celebrate this achievement that Jared has earned. When Jared started scouting, it was actually his dad that signed him up. He's like, I'm gonna sign him up for Cub Scouts. That sounds cool. And then I think school or something happened, and you're like, hey, I have classes and I can't take him, can you? So, you know, we've all, in some ways, parents have all encouraged him in this journey, but he's the one that's been there and stuck through it all the way from first grade through now. And that was his choice. You know, there's been things he's tried throughout his life that he didn't find as interesting. You know, sports were not his gig. You know, being physical, running around, he's like, no, good thing. But scouting has always been something that he's wanted to continue to pursue. And it didn't take prodding or pushing pushing him out the door to do it. He wanted to do it. And we're really blessed that he's made some wonderful lifelong friends, some amazing adventures that he's been on, you know, and just so many memories I can think of, like as I was going through his stuff of when he was little, and then, you know, the things that the man he's grown into. I'm just very proud of him, and thank you for everybody who's been there to come to his Blue and Gold banquets and the Pinewood Derbies and all the fun activities that he's had throughout his life in scouting and growing into the young man he is. So I just want to say I'm really proud of you. I don't miss stinky week-long summer camp laundry. That's like my least favorite thing, but everything else is great.
Where should I begin? I want to thank everybody for coming out and telling such wonderful stories for Jared. It has been quite a journey for him. I mean, he was that tall, and now he's taller than I am. how you've grown in scouting, how you learn to overcome and adapt to certain situations, and as well as lead. I was a den leader for a number of years, headmaster, scoutmaster for a few, and now venture crew advisor. But to see him in the various positions that he was in as Boy Scouts, and just see the improvements that he's made and the leadership qualities. He's always the first one to go, sit and help one of the younger kids, and just very polite and willing to help out. One thing I will talk really, really briefly about was the Eagle Project. That was pretty interesting. There was a lot of scope creep, a lot of changes that had happened, and we were kind of running out of time as far as age-wise. But he was actually able to try and juggle this huge Eagle Project with doing a play also. So it was hard. It was hard for him, and a great learning experience for him to say, well, I'm not going to be able to make it this time, but how do I, what do I need to do to stay in the loop? And he was able to do that, and really proud of him for that. Now, tell you a little story here, or a few. You seem to have gotten off easy. So, summer camp. One of the things we always do at summer camp is go on a canoe trip. In past years, we've done pretty much a full day canoe trip. For those of you who don't know, we've spent a lot of summer camps up at Cole Canoe Base, which is Skidway Lake area, on the Rifle River. So, the first canoe trip that I went on with him, we did the all-day one, and it was me and you that were canoeing, and everything was great. He was calling out. He's like, his job was he could paddle whenever he wanted, whatever side he wanted, but he needed to call out rocks and logs, and and I'm like, you gotta tell me, and he would be like, rock, log, bang, rock. But we had, we had a good time. It was fun doing that. But for some reason, we switched canoes, or we switched partners. I think Jacob Belch came into my canoe. You went into Zach Haas's canoe. So, Zach Haas is kind of like the one that is determined to canoe every square inch of the river as he's going down. Flipping all the time. Jared's just not having it. He's just like, and Zach's trying, you gotta do this, and do this, be on this side, be on that side. So Zach got a little frustrated because he wasn't going quite where he wanted to go. So Zach decides to flip the canoe around. Jared's in the front. So he turns the canoe around, he faces himself forward. And me and Jacob are canoeing, and all of a sudden, I see Jared coming up, passing me, but he's facing back. And he's just like, help me. Not much time afterwards, we switched back. So that was one canoe trip. Another canoe trip, Jared and Chris, who was up here earlier, were canoeing together. And they were bound and determined not to flip. Chris does not like river water. So they get, was it to the end or almost to the end?
First 20 minutes.
It was the first 20 minutes. They're sitting there and they're doing a pretty good job. And Zach Haas and Jacob Gani, and Thomas. Okay. The other Zach. Both also Eagle Scouts now. They decided that they were going to wait in the ambush on Jared and Chris. And when they came around the corner, they ran out and flipped their canoe. And Jared was like, yeah, Chris, on the other hand, he hulked out and I think pretty much ran across the water at them. And as things grow and you learn, this past summer camp, you're familiar with Cody? Or, yeah, anyways, they're great. They were pretty much one of the lead canoes, but if anybody has ever been on the Rifle River, the Rifle River is considered a protected river, which means if there's not something totally blocking the river, they're not going to clear it out. So you got to go around logs and, you know, under trees and this and that to get through. Well, whenever there was a bigger obstruction, Jared and Cody would be the first people out of their canoes to help guide the other guys. And, you know, that shows kindness as well as leadership. So, congratulations with it. So I'm gonna leave it at that. There's other stories that I can always tell another time. But at this point, I want Tanner to come back up here really quick. I'm stealing this so I can walk around now. So Jared is graduating this year. And one of the things that we found, and we might have lost it. Oh, here it is. One of the things that we had found, we're actually opening this up, is an honors board for Eagle Scouts. So Jared, when you graduate, you'll actually be able to wear this board on your graduation gown. Yep. Just want to bottle it.
Snap jump rope there.
So you'll be able to wear that during your graduation. All right, that's all I have to say. Floor is yours.
Vice Trans? All right, I'll finish off by just saying that, Jared, when I saw you as a younger scout, this works pretty good, I like this. When I saw you as a younger scout, coming out of the transmortar fire and you somehow couldn't even get your uniform on straight, might have been something to do with the transmortar fire. And watching you on early campouts and seeing you in the younger stages of scouting when you were learning, right, and seeing that transformation now, watching you talk to the other scouts, seeing that your quiet nature allows you to be a leader more than, say, a manager, right?
working on Connor with his Eagle project, making benches. Paul puking in my tent at 3 a.m.
Jared had that a lot.
Yeah.
Two people puked in my tent on separate occasions, 2 different campouts. My 2-mile hike with Belch that ended up being 8 miles. Yeah. And you know, it's been a great experience and something I'll always treasure. And now I'd like to do handing out my mentor pins. So my first person that I'd like to give one to is Mr. Johnson. During my time as senior patrol leader, you helped to guide me and teach me how to lead. You're also there to help me make sure I finish my last week merit badges, even if it did cut into your swim class. Thank you. Next person I would like to give a mentor pin to is Mrs. Stevens. Mrs. Stevens, you were very kind and helpful to me in my scouting career. You were always there to help me and push me to finish my merit badges, especially basketry. Help me figure my way around summer camp my first year, because I was up there all alone for the first time. The next person I'd like to give one to is Mr. Marlin. Mr. Marlin, you were my first scoutmaster. You made scouting a place that was fun and just an enjoyable experience, and a place where I wanted to come back. The next person I'd like to give up into is Mr. Shum. Mr. Shum, you were very patient with me with a few couple merit badges you were coming with, especially sit in the community, which took me about a full year to get. We were waiting on one man for about 3 years. 3 years.
That's a recurring theme there.
And I just like to thank you for doing that and always give me a ride at the end of Scouts. There are a few people that couldn't be here today that I'd just like to recognize that I was going to give mentor pins to. There was Miss Cameron. She, as mentioned, very helpful in getting all the scouts to get their merit badges. I would not have gotten basketry if she had not called up and yelled at me on the phone to get it. There's also Mr. Valancourt, is not here.
You got roll. Nothing pride.
He was always there to give a helping hand and lend his advice, which I really appreciated, even if he did smash a giant hole in my project. There's also Mr. Dan, who he was always a great help, not just to me, but to every scout that he came in contact with in Troop 1051. He lent his time,
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our Court of Honor. I'd like to invite everyone to stay for a luncheon and dessert. And would everyone please rise for the